Hello everyone, today we're learning Mציעא Daf Tzadik. We're going to start Daf Peites on base at the bottom line. Toner Rabbanon, Porois, cows, and Rachsois Batvur. So Rashi explains it's a barley that they put it in the water and they dry it in the oven and then they fresh them to peel off the barley. And it's already in that stage, because it's already been in the oven, it's already a later stage, it's chayav already with trumas and maestros. The adosho is a cow that's, you put it in the threshold to dosh truma maisa. Soon we're going to see what's the case, what's pshat. It's chayav normally bedisha, it's not chayav yet truma maisa. But if it's already truma maisa already, this is what someone was mafresh from it, and now this is truma, this is maisa, and you're doing disha. You're allowed to block the cow when it's doing its job. Not like normally that we say said the Gemara, because people who are going to see and they're not going to know and they're going to say, hey, this guy is choisim his shor, it's forbidden. So mipnei maris ayin, maybe bul moisa, he brings a bag or a full handful from the type that they're freshing, and he hangs it on a type of sack that he tied to its neck, and therefore he eats. And therefore people won't say, oh, he's choisem the ox, they're going to see that the cow is eating. Said the Gemara, Reb Shimon Yochai, maybe karshinim. Karshinim is a type of cow food. That's what you give her. Why? Shakarshinim yofes lo min hakoil. For the cow, the best thing to eat is karshinim, so you give her the best food, and therefore there won't be no maris ayin that people are going to say that you choisim the shor b'dishoy. Said the Gemara, Vermini, and I have a kasha, poris amirachsois betvur, like what we explained before. You're not over, like what we said before, until here it's not kasha yet. But if they're doing disha on wheat that's chayv, that's already truma and already maisa, over mishum bal tachsoim. So it's a steer to what we said before, that you're not over by truma or maisa. Continue the brayso of a nochri adosh beporosha shel Yisrael. A nochri is using a Jewish person's cow, and he's choisem the cow. Ein over mishum bal tachsoim, because the guy is not mechuyev on this thing. Yisrael adosh beporosha shel nochri. Yisrael took his guy's cow to use, and his doshes tvur with his goyish friend's cow. Over mishum bal tachsoim. He is over because the Issa Bal Tachsoim is on the Gavra. It doesn't matter if it's your cow or not your cow. It means if you're working with the cow, you're not allowed to be choisem. So it doesn't matter if the cow's yours or not. We have here kasha. One brayso that said truma maisa, you're allowed to be choisem. One brayso that says you're not allowed. So the more kasha truma. It's a stir truma and truma. The kasha maisa, and also the stir maisa and maisa. One says it's mutter, one time it says it's not allowed. Telling more bishli truma loy kashi. I'll tell you teretz can be truma, actual truma that someone was mafresh as truma to the kohen, can be gedule truma. If someone is mafresh truma and he gives it to the kohen and he plants it into the ground, really what grows out of those seeds is not truma anymore. But with Rabbanan it is. So he's saying in the brayso it says that you're allowed to be choisem. It means by truma deraisa. And the brayso says you're not allowed to be choisem when it's truma only Rabbanan. And the truma derabanan is not mebatel the issa of loisachson sober dishoy. Elo maisa kasha. What are you going to say? How are you going to answer this kasha? The one place it says you're allowed, the one place you're not allowed to be choisem. And if you're going to tell me maisa nami loy kasha, why can be maisa, can be gedule maisa, the same territory like what we just said about truma. Then the place where it says where it's forbidden, it's talking about actual maisa, and the place where it says that it's mutter, it's talking about something that grew from seeds of maisa that you put in the ground. So the Gemara bishle megidule truma. If you put seeds of truma in the ground, what grew out with the Rabbanan is truma, and therefore the brayso needs to tell you that you're all over if you're choisem. Ela gidule maisa. If you put maisa in the ground, chulin inu, it's what grows out of there is total chulin. So for sure you're over loisachson sober disha. It's like normal wheat. That nan we learned in the Mishnah gidule tevel. If you put something that was mischai b'truma u'maisa, and he didn't mafresh truma u'maisa. That's called tevel, and he put that seeds in the ground, and they grew. Or gidulei maisa sheni, or you took something that was meant to take up to your shleim to eat, and he planted it in the ground, and something grew. The din is, in both of these cases, it's chulin. It doesn't have any din kedusha, so therefore it can't be gedule maisa, because gedule maisa is chulin. So for sure, you're even lo sachsa sherbedishoy. So what? How are you going to answer the stir between maisa and maisa? So the Gemara elo lo ikashio hobe maisa rishon hobe maisa sheni. There's two types of maisa. One is maisa rishon. That's where you give to the Levi, and it belongs to the Levi. And maisa sheni is where you take to your shleim. So in maisa rishon, that belongs to the Levi, and the cow's not allowed to eat it. Just 1 second. So maisa rishon, hobe maisa sheni, where you take to your shleim. In one of them, the cow is allowed to eat, and therefore you evelo sachshon sherbedisha. Another one, the cow's not allowed to eat, and therefore you know over if you block the cow. The Ibo is saying, I'll tell you another teretz to answer the stir between maisa and maisa. Hobe maisa sheni. They both talk about maisa sheni. V'lo ikasha harabmea harabuda. What does that mean? What does Rabbi and Rabbi Yehuda say? Harabmea dama maisa momen govayahu. It belongs to Shemaim, and therefore you're not allowed to the animal to eat. And it's so therefore Rashi says Veloy Karina Bebedisha. It says Lo Sachso in Sir Bedisha when it's your daish, but this belongs to Hashem. It's not your daish. You're allowed to block the cow. Harabuda Domash Maisa Sheni Momen Hedia to it belongs to you, and therefore it is Bedisha, and therefore you're not allowed to be Choisem. Said the Gemara, Hey Chidomi, what's the case that normally it's only chayav b'truma ma'isa in a later stage when you made the pile after the disha? How over here it's already truma ma'isa before you did disha? So the Gemara kegoin shegdimu b'shibolim. It's somehow where you're mafresh truma ma'isa before, when it's still in shibol. It's like the whole thing before you separated it from what it grows on. And even though that's the chiyuv, truma ma'isa is not chal, but if you mafresh them, the truma and ma'isa is chal. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda who holds that ma'isa is momen hediut, and you're not allowed to be choisem because you have to let the cow eat it. Haboy choimo ma'isa sheni could only eat in Yerushalayim. How are you letting this cow eat it outside of Yerushalayim? So the Gemara kegoin shedosh lifnim. It's talking about in Yerushalayim, and there was a choyma that was further out of Yerushalayim, but it's already considered Yerushalayim that you're allowed to eat the ma'isa sheni, and that's where you're doing the disha, and therefore you're allowed to let the cow eat from this fruit. Ibo is saying another teretz to answer the stir between ma'isa. That one place it says you're allowed to be choisem, and one place it says you're not allowed to be choisem. Lo ikashi kan be ma'isa vadai, kan be ma'isa dmai. One is talking about ma'isa vadai, where we know it's chai b'mais, and therefore you know oivelo sachson sherbedisha because the cow's not allowed to eat it. And kan b'mais dmai sofek maisa. That midirabonon, when you buy from Amoritz, you have to give maisa misofeks. In such a case, you're not allowed to block the cow because midiraisa it's not chai b'maisa. So the Gemara ashto the osis lochi. Now that we found this teretz about maisa vada and maisa dmai, to answer the stira, truma nami lo ikasha, also the stira between truma and truma that we had the teretz before, we could say the same teretz like we said now. Kan be truma vadai, when we know it's for sure chai be truma that you're allowed to be choisem. Kan be truma dmai, when it's only a sofek, and then you're not allowed to be choisem. Said the Gemara, bishlei ma'aseh dmai, a ma'aseh that's sofek when you bought it from our Moritz ika. There is such a thing. Ele trumas dmai mi ika, is there such a thing, a sofek of truma? Vatani, we learned in the Brisa, and it's talking about over there Yochanan Kohen Gadol. It says over there Afu Rabbi Yochanan Kohen Gadol also biteles havidui. He said that in Beis Hamikdash Hasheni they won't do vidui of maestros because he's saying velosati mimeno lalevi, and Ezra was going there not to give it to the Levi, so therefore we didn't say the vidui anymore. The Gozal Admai, and he passed, and if you bought from Amoritz fruit and you don't know if it's truma to maisa, you have to give maisa, and we're going to see in a second why. He sent in the whole border of Eretz Yisrael, and he saw Shaloyim Mafrishim Ele Truma Gdoila, that the Amorites, the people who were not Makbid, were only Mafresh Truma Gdoila. Bilvat, and therefore he was goizer that when you buy from Amorit, you don't have to be Mafresh Truma because that's the war Mafresh, but you have to be Mafresh Misofik Maisa. So we could see the whole din of Dmai is only Maisa, not by Truma. So how can you tell me one so much Truma Vada and one Truma Dmai? There's no such a thing. So the Gemara Leloi Kasha, I'll tell you different terms. Kam Truma Smaisa Vadai, Kam Truma Smaisa Dmai. So this Truma, that's what you give to the Kohen, and the Rabbanon will say that you give 1 in 50, 1 in 40, 1 in 60. That's how much the amount is. And then you give a Maisa, a tenth to the Levi, and from that, the Levi gives a Truma Maisa back to the Kohen. It's a tenth of the tenth. And that also has a din like Truma. And that also the Amiratzim were not mafresh. So in the Brisa where it says that Truma, you're not allowed to block the cow, it's talking about Truma Smaisa, that's Dmai, that's a Sofek, and therefore with the Raisa the cow is allowed to eat, and therefore you're not allowed to block the cow. And in the place where it says you're allowed to block the cow from eating, it's talking about where it's for sure Truma Smaisa, and therefore the cow is not allowed to eat, and therefore you're allowed to block the cow. They asked Rav Sheshes the Shaila, the cow had some stomach virus, and when he would eat, would poop it all out in like a liquidy way, and it wasn't good for her. Now, what's the din? In such a case, are you allowed to block the cow from eating or not? What's the Shaila? Mishum de mahalilohu. Why did the Torah say you shouldn't block the cow? Because it's healthy for him to eat, and in such case it's not healthy. He has a stomach bug, so you're allowed to block the cow from eating. Or Dilma, the Chazdium, it's Tara, it's because Tara Balechaim, the cow sees the food and you're blocking it, it's Tara Balechaim. For Chazdium, it's Tara, even if it's not good for its stomach, he still has an appetite to eat, and therefore you shouldn't, and therefore it's Tara Balechaim, and therefore you shouldn't block the cow. Omalu Rav Sheshes Tanisua, I'll bring you right from the Brisa, the one we said before, in a case where you're not allowed to block the mouth, where you're allowed to block him, but Maris Ain, you have to find a solution. So what do Rav Shimon ben Yochai say? Maybe Karshinim, he brings the best food for the cow, and he gives it to her. Why? Because the Karshinim is the favorite food and the best, healthiest food for the cow. Shmamino, what do we see from here? Mishum dema'alilo hu. Shmamino, if the whole time it was because the cow sees it and it has tsar, so okay, why do you have to give her the best food? Give her whatever she's anyway freshing. Why are you giving her the best stuff? Elamai, we can see that the time is that it's good for her and healthy for her. So therefore, in a case where it's not healthy for her, where it's causing her stomach problems, you're allowed to block the cow's mouth from eating. Ibolu, the Bnei Yeshiva asked the Shaila, Maushi Yoimar Odom Lenochri, can a Jewish person tell a goy, Chasoim Perosi, take my cow, block its mouth with Deutschbahn and fresh work in the threshold? Mi Amrina and do we say Ki Amrina Amrina Lenochri Shvus? When did we say about Shabbos that if I tell a goy to turn on the fire for me, it's awesome with the Rabbanon? Animin Shabbos, that's Tafka Shabbos, the Isa Skila, that if I do it, I'm Chayav Skila. Abol Chasima, the Issa lav, that the whole Issa is only a lav. Loi, I'm allowed to tell a goy to do it. Or Dilma, maybe Loi Shno. Like we see in Shabbos, the din something that's forbidden for you, you're not allowed to tell a goy. So also here, you're not allowed to tell a goy. So the Gemara Toshma Kamalis in Nochri Adosh Beperoshe Shel Yisrael, a goy who's using a cow that belongs to Israel and using it to fresh the wheat. He's not over the Issa Bal Tachsoim. Says the Gemara Duke, the Issa is not over because the guy is doing it. But it's mashma lechatchila, it's forbidden. Elamai must be, it's a Issa D'Rabbanon. And it's like Shabbos. Says the Gemara, no. Bedin who really, the Isur Nami Leka. Really, it's lechatchila maybe mutter to tell a guy. But the Tone Sefer the Israel Adosh Beperoshe Shel Nochri Oiva, because in the Sefer it says that if a Jew took a cow of a Nochri and he used it and blocked the mouth of the cow from eating, that it says over there the Lashon Oiva because it's over the Issa. Tone Reisha ain't Oiva, and the Reisha also used the Lashon that is not Oiva, but really lechatchila maybe it's mutter to do that. So we don't have a raya from here. Toshma come and listen. The Sholchulei they sent from Eretz Yisrael Avod Shmuel to the father of Shmuel. What's the din of Alin Tori, these oxes, the Ganbim Arimoi, that the friends of Jewish people who are who are not Jewish, who are Amoy, umenakchim yasoin, and they make them not able to have babies. They fix these cows, and it's also to fix the animal. And these friends of the Jews, who they know that for them it's mutter, they steal the Jewish person's cow, they fix them, and they give it to him back. So he asks him, are you allowed to use this cow now or not? And now it's much better for plowing the field once it's fixed. Sholach lehu, so the father of Shmuel sent them back. Aroma is avid bu, they tricked. These people tricked and they got the goyim to do the job for them, something that's forbidden for them to do. Arimu alayu, you should also trick these people. V'izdabnun, and it should be sold. They have to sell these cows, they can't keep them. Omar, so what do we see from there? That you're not allowed to trick and to fix your cow with a goy. So also you're not allowed to trick and let your goy fresh your wheat with a cow that's blocked its mouth. Omar Papa no. Bnei Marova Savri lo Rab Chidka. They hold like Rab Chidka, who holds in Sanhedrin, the Omar Bnei Noach, even a goy, Mitzuvim al Asiras, they're not allowed to fix the animals. And therefore, like when if I help a Jew do avera, I'm over lifnei iva. So if I help a goy do avera, that's avera for him, I'm also over lifnei iva. And that's why he punished them and told them he has to sell the cows. But in a case where there's no lifnei iva, like a case where lo yisachson sober dishoy, that goy lechatchila is allowed to do it, you're allowed to tell a goy to do it for you, maybe. Said the Gemara, now we spoke about this din of the father of Shmuel who said that they should sell these cows. So Sovarova lemeimar imkur l'shchita, they could only sell it to be shechted for meat, but not to shechted for plowing, because now it's going to be worth more that it's fixed, and he's going to gain from that. Omale Abaye no dayon shekonasto ale mechira. It's enough to punish him to sell it. You don't need to sell it also only for meat that you mamish lose in the value. Tzedek Mor Pshita Bnoi Godol, if you sell it to your son who's already a Godol over bar mitzvah, it's like selling it to someone else. Bnoi Koton Mai, what the din? Can I sell it to my kid who's under bar mitzvah and it's considered I sold it to him, but really it's a bit of a trick. Rav Achai Osa, he said it's forbidden. Rav Ashi Shori, Rav Ashi said it's mutter. Mareima Marzutra over Amulo, and some people say Anu Trei Chasidi, the two famous Chasidim, what they would do when the goyim would steal the cows and fix it for them and give it back, what they would do was Machlefei Adodi, they'd swap with each other these fixed cows, and therefore each one would have the other ones, and therefore they're not gaining themselves from it because they're giving it away to their friend, and their friend's giving theirs. It's a bit of a trick. What's the din? You took a cow into a threshold and you put a thorn in his mouth, and now he can't eat. Is that mutter or not? Or it just means to block it literally with a cloth or something, or by the form the same. Said the Gemara, Oishivlo, if you put the thorn in his mouth, Chasima mal yosei, that's a proper blockage. For sure it's asa. What's the difference if he covered it or not? Elo, said the Gemara, the shaila is, Yoshav lo koitz b'piyum mouth. A thorn came into his mouth, and now the cow can't eat. Am I mechuyev to take out this thorn or not? Another shaila, I put the lion outside, so now he's very scared, this ox, and he's not going to eat. Said the Gemara, if you put it specially a lion, that's like blocking the mouth with a cloth. Said the Gemara, the lion sat there by himself. Am I mechuyev to throw the lion away and make the lion run away, and so the cow can eat? I'm not mechuyev. Another shaila, he put the child of the cow outside, and now he's not going to eat. It's thirsty, and he's not going to eat until he drinks first, and I'm not giving him water. He put like a carpet made out of leather on top of the wheat. So now the cow is not seeing the wheat itself. Is that considered or not? I'll bring you Aryeh to one case. The Tanya, we learned Rashai Bal Pora, the owner of the cow, is mutter la'ariv parosoi, to starve in his cow. He's renting his cow to his friend for threshing it, to use as in a threshold, and he makes his cow very hungry. They should eat a lot when he goes to work, and it's mutter. Rashai Balabais, and the owner who's renting this cow or borrowing this cow, la'ati pakia omer lifnei be'ema kedei shelo toicha min adisha arba. So the Gemara now understands that it means to put on top of the wheat that's more expensive, to put some cheaper type of hay on top, and then the cow is going to mainly eat from that and not eat from the wheat. So the Gemara is comparing that like putting a leather carpet on top of the wheat that the cow shouldn't eat, and we could see that it's mutter. So also to put a leather carpet's mutter. So the Gemara, no, shiny also on the ka'ochlo. In the case over here that we brought, he's still eating. In the case of the carpet, he's not eating anything, so there's no raya. Ibo is saying another teretz why you can't bring a raya. Rashai balabayis, it means la'ati pakia omi lifnei abeima meikora kadei shelo toichel abra min adisha. It doesn't mean to cover the wheat with something cheaper. It means to feed it before it goes into the pen where the workspace. They should eat a lot of the cheap food, and then it won't be so hungry. But to cover the wheat, it's forbidden. Said the Gemara, boy min Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Simoi. What's the din? If you blocked the cow before you went into the pen where you're working, and now you took it in. So what's the shaila? Sure, it says lo yisachson shor b'disho. So shor b'disho merachmona v'ala b'disho. It's not yet doing the job. It's not b'disho yet. I blocked it early on this morning. What the term means is that you're not allowed to use a cow working when its mouth's blocked. I don't care when you block the mouth. Amalei, he told him, Rav Simoi told Rabbi Yochanan, learn from your family, you're kohen. It says, Yain v'seicha al teisht, don't drink wine and beer, ato bonecho, itcho, you and your sons, biboyachem, when you come, and it's Omar, when you come to the Beis HaMikdash, you shouldn't drink wine. So we ask, biboyachem udasa, homishto, ma'al shari, is it mutter for a kohen to get drunk before he goes to Beis HaMikdash and then go to Beis HaMikdash work when he's drunk? Did that make any sense? It said in the Pasuk, that the reason why you shouldn't be drunk is because you shouldn't drink is because you have to know the difference between something that's kodesh and something that's choil. And if you're drunk, you can't tell the difference. So who cares when you drank? If you drank on the job or before, if you're drunk, you can't tell the difference. Elo. So the Gemara, Elo, ma hoso, like by koyanim. B'shas biolo yisei shachrus, what the term means to say that kohen shouldn't come to Beis HaMikdash when he's drunk. We don't care if he drinks in the Beis HaMikdash, he drinks before. If he's drunk, he shouldn't work to avoida. Hochenami also by disha, b'shas disha lo yisei chasima. We don't care when he blocked the mouth of this cow. If the mouth is blocked, you're not allowed to be dosh the wheat with it in such a situation, and it's forbidden. Tonu Rabbanon learned, achoitze mesaporo, someone who blocks the cow from eating when it's doing the job. V'amezavek bekilayim. Sorry, achoitze mesaporo means he blocks the cow before he's doing the job. V'amezavek bekilayim, and someone who connects a cow and a donkey onto a chariot, and you're not allowed to take to do, let's say, with a machresha, to plow the field with a cow and a donkey, and let's say you put a cow and a donkey on the machresha, but he didn't plow it actually, just connected them together. Potter, he's not either the Issa, ve'einu loika, and who is loika? Elo dosh umanik bilvad, only the one who, b'shas, when the cow's already blocked, or he blocks it's not the point. The point is if a cow's mouth is blocked and then he's threshing the wheat, in that state, he's the one who's over the Issa, and a manik bilvad, and the one who, after the cow and the donkey is connected to the machresha, he makes the cow and donkey go in the field. He's the one who's over, not the one who connects them to them together. Itma, we learned chosma bekoil ve'iniga bekoil, someone who every time the cow is bending down to eat the wheat when it's threshing, he shouts up, and the cow stops. Ve'niga bekoilo, someone connected a cow and a donkey, and someone else with a shout makes the cow and donkey move in the field. Is that considered that you like it for it or not, or you chayev or not? Rabbi Yochanan Omar chayev, Rish Lakish Omar potter. Why? Rabbi Yochanan Omar chayev akimas piva v'maisa, because to be chayev malchus you have to do a maisa, and moving your lips is considered a maisa, and therefore you chayev. Rish Lakish Omar potter. Why? Kol lo yav maisa, sound is not considered a maisa. Ace Rabbi Yochanan Rish Lakish, Rabbi Yochanan who says that Akimas Fosayim is called a Maisa, asked the Kasha Rish Lakish who says it's not considered a Maisa. Said the Gemara Tzadik Aleph Amud Aleph. It says in the ratio of the mission that we're going to see in a second, it says that everyone could do a Tmura. That means if you have one animal that's Kodesh and you want to swap him to another animal, it's Chal. But the end of the Mishnah we're going to see now, it says, not that lechatchila you should do it, elo, but she'in imir, if you did it, mumma, it works. V'soifik is ha'arbroim, and you get malchus of ha'arbroim because you over the isav lo yachlifeno. And here, what did you do? All you said, zu tmura zu. All you did is you moved your lips, and you loik ha'arbroim. So we could see that akimas fosayim is considered a maisa. Omalei, so Rish Lakish answered Rabbi Yochanan, Homoni, who is this Mishnah? Rabbi Yehuda here. This Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. The Oma, who says, Lav she'en boi ma'aseh lo yikim olav. Rabbi Yehuda holds that even if there's no ma'aseh, we always know Lav she'en boi ma'aseh, you know loike. Rabbi Yehuda holds that you're loike, so therefore that's why you loike by the case where he did the Tmura. Frag the Gemara, Mui mutzes mukmos lo Rabbi Yehuda, can we put this where it says that Yoiva Abroim that goes like Shittas Rabbi Yehuda, Vaktoni ratio over there, Akol Mamirim, everyone could do a Tmura, Echod Anoshim men, Ve'echod Anoshim and women, Ve'avinon bo, and we ask, Akol Asui Mai, why is Akol coming to include La'asui Yorish? It's coming to include that even a Yorish of an animal, the father was Makdish a Korban and he passed away, and his Yorish yarshened it, and he did Tmura Zaytzchal. And we're saying that's why it's coming akol to include the Yorish, but the loik Rabbi Yehuda. And doesn't fit in like Rabbi Yehuda, the Ikar Rabbi Yehuda. What does Rabbi Yehuda hold? Oh, my Yorish ain't a mami, a Yorish can't do tomorrow. So the Yorish ain't a soimech, a Yorish can't do smicha on a behema. So we can see that the Bryce over there, the mission over there is not Rabbi Yehuda. How can you tell me it's Lefishitas Rabbi Yehuda? It says the akol is coming to exclude the din of Rabbi Yehuda. So the Gemara, hi Tana, the Tana that I think it's a Brisa, Sovalo Kavosei Bechodo, he holds like Rabbi Yehuda about one thing that Labshen B'Maise Lo Yikimolov, and that's why you get Malchus. Upoli Golechada, but he argues in Rabbi Yehuda and holds that Yorish could make Tmura, and therefore a Yorish Akol is coming to include the Yorish that even he could do Tmura, and therefore you don't have no raya from over there that Kimas Fosayim is considered a Maisa. Thank you very much. Today is 35 days or 5 weeks to the Oima. Shkrech.